Crazy Framer here again. I thought I'd show you guys my DeWalt cordless flex bolt tools. You've seen them in the last few videos. I've had them about a month and a half now, maybe 2 months. So I'll tell you what I like about them and what I don't like about them. Now, I'm not sponsored by DeWalt in any way. They didn't give me these tools. They're not paying me to give them a review or anything. I just like their tools. The reason I went with the DeWalt tools and not the Milwaukee ones, because I hear the Milwaukee saws are actually even better than these, the Milwaukee cordless saws. But they don't make the cordless framing nailer. And this is like my most important tool. If I don't have a nail gun, then I can't do anything. So I could use a cordless impulse gun if I wanted to. I actually have one. You haven't seen it in the videos, but it's just nice having one that works with the battery. The same battery that works all these. See, this one's a 20 volt battery. This is the one that comes with the gun, but you can also take one of these big batteries. These are the 60 volt. This one's a 9 amp hour. You can take that big battery, put it on there, and that'll last all day. Now, it is pretty heavy when you put that on. It feels like a 20-pound dumbbell right now, but that battery will last all day on there. Now, you can't take the 20 volt batteries and put them on the saws. The saws all need the big batteries. These 3 saws are all 60 volts, so they need the 60 volt battery. They won't take the smaller batteries. But any of the smaller tools, they'll always take the big batteries. So these drills, they came with this 20 volt 1.5 amp hour battery. This is the 60 volt 9 amp hour battery, and you can put that right on there. And then that's a powerful drill. You can just feel how much more power it has than this little one. You can hear it. You can just hear how that one's weaker. But these little batteries, they'll even work on this nail gun. Now, you don't get a lot of time out of this. I've actually timed it with this battery. I only get 6 strips of nails. So that's like 300 shots, which is not very long. These ones, it'll last all day. I'm actually going to do a video. I'll do a comparison. I'll see how many nails I can shoot with this battery. Then I'll see how many I can shoot with this one. And I'll work my way up the list. See, these 60 volt batteries are actually different. This is a 6 amp hour. This is a 9 amp hour. This one is, the 9 amp hour is quite a bit bigger. I haven't really found that I get a whole lot more use out of this though. Like, I don't think this lasts a whole lot longer than this, but we'll do a test. We'll see how many nails each one of these batteries will shoot, and I'll also see how many 2x4s I can cut with the saw with each one of these batteries. If you want to see that video, leave me a comment. Going to the skill saw, this is the corded one I've used for years. This is the cordless one. The frame of it is all the same. Usually the cordless saws are a lot cheaper and more flimsy and plasticky, but this whole thing, even this guard and the recoil spring, feel exactly the same as they do on this one. Exactly the same. I mean, the whole saw feels exactly the same as the corded one. This whole mechanism is the same. This switch here is the same. I guess they got in a little different spot, but it's basically, actually this cordless one is better. It's over here, it's easier to get to. On this one, they tuck it away in there. So you do this, and then your hand is in the way, and you got to reach up here. One thing I don't like about this the cordless saw, is the safety trigger that they got here. You can't just pull the trigger, you got to push this button before it'll fire. But that gets really annoying if I want to use the saw in an awkward position, like upside down, and I want to cut like that and pull the trigger with my pinky. It won't go. And then if I want to use it like this, I gotta push the button with my thumb. So that is kind of annoying. I really don't like that about this saw. I wish they would have done what they did on this Sawzall. See, this one has a safety switch too, but it's an on-off. Like right now, you can just pull the trigger. If I push the switch, then that locks it. It won't go unless I push it away. Now it's good to go again. Like, I wish they would have done that on this. Another thing, this thing actually has a hook. This saw doesn't have a hook. This one is kind of nice, except I can't really hang it off my belt. Like I can, but it doesn't really sit on that good nice. It'll sit like that, and then it could easily slide off. But it is a good rafter hook. It'll hook on a rafter pretty nice and hang there and stay there. So that hook is nice. Other than that, it's basically the exact same. Like, this thing cuts, when you're cutting, it feels like you're cutting with a cord. Like, you don't notice that this is battery powered at all. It just cuts just as good as this one does. But yeah, I gotta say, after having this, I'll never go back to dragging a cord around. I mean, it's like I'm framing in the future now. And what's nice about this skill saw is you can open your beer with it. Going to the nail gun, these are the three basic types of nail guns. This one's an air gun. It needs an air compressor and an air hose. And wherever you go with this, you got to be dragging around your air hose with you. And this one, it runs off a battery plus a fuel cell in the back. So I think this is some kind of butane or something, but you need both of these to make this one work. These things, this is very convenient, but these things are expensive, and they're getting more expensive. Just one of these is about 10 to 12 bucks, and you only get about half a box of nails with it. So a 3,000 box of nails, you need two of these. The 3,000 boxes of nails will be about 30 bucks, and two of these will run you like another $20, $24. So it almost doubles the price of your nails. So this gun is completely cordless. You don't need any fuel cartridges. You don't need any air hose. All you need is a battery. So it makes it pretty convenient, but it's still not as fast as the air gun. Even the impulse gun is slower than the air gun, but this is even slower than the impulse gun, because you have to pull the trigger, fire your nail, and then you have to wait a second before it'll fire the second nail. So you can fire one, and then you gotta wait about a second, and then you can fire the second one. The air gun, you can just hold the trigger and just fire as fast as you can, as long as your compressor can keep up. But this one, it actually jams quite a bit. If you're firing too fast or you're firing through really thick beams, sometimes the head of the nail breaks off and the firing pin sticks out, and then it doesn't go back in. And you have to take a nail and a hammer and push the firing pin back in until it goes all the way back. And sometimes you have to hit this, and that'll kind of reset it. You'll hear it snap back in, but you still have to take a nail and push the firing pin all the way down before it'll fire again. So for that, it's pretty slow, but it's still worth the convenience of just being able to take it anywhere and only needing the battery. And the fact that it works with any of the other big batteries is nice. Put the big battery on and then it lasts all day. Now I know I can open a beer with this. Engage your safety squints. Oh, well, that kind of exploded. Okay, after a bit of cleaning up, we'll go to the Sawzall. You guys got to give me a thumbs up for that, because I wasted like half of my beer. And I also noticed, if you look up here, there's a big chunk of glass in the wall from that explosion. That could have went right into my forehead. But going to the Sawzall. This Sawzall, just like the skill saw, is just as powerful as the corded one. Like, it doesn't feel any different. Like, from here up, it's exactly the same as the corded one. It's a little heavier on this end because of the battery, but it's a Sawzall. Who cares? You're not dragging it around everywhere. It does cut just as good as the corded one. You do drain the batteries out a little quicker with this. Like, if you're really sawing a lot, then that just uses a lot of power. Even when you're using the corded one, running off a generator, you can hear the generator like lag when you're really cutting through something. So it does kind of use the batteries up faster than the skill saw. Usually I don't have the metal blade in there. I'll usually have this big wood cutting blade. But I think we all know why that metal blade is in there, because there you go. So going to the chainsaw, I don't usually frame with the chainsaw too much. If I need to cut something where I need to get into a tight spot, I usually just use the Sawzall, because it'll get into places that the skill saw won't. But this is a pretty handy chainsaw to have around, just because it runs off the same battery. It's super light, and it's completely silent and ready to go until you pull the trigger. Now, it's not really a heavy duty chainsaw. Like, I wouldn't go chopping down trees with it or anything like that. But since all I'm going to be cutting with it is 2x4s, I think it's alright for me. It is about 450 bucks. Now that comes with a big battery and a charger, so that's the only reason that I bought it, is just because I wanted a third 60 volt battery. For 450 bucks, you can get a lot better chainsaw than this. So if you're only looking for a chainsaw, I wouldn't buy this one. But if you already have all the flexible tools and you want another battery, then it is a handy tool to have around. And this chainsaw will also open your beer. Just kidding, I'm gonna do it this way. Haha! Got her. Now I also have the drill and impact driver. These ones came with a 20 volt 1.5 amp hour battery. These batteries are pretty useless, other than using in these drills, but the only tool that this battery will work in is the gun, and it doesn't last very long. But it is nice how you can take the big batteries and stick them in here, and then you got a drill that lasts you all day. And yes, you can also open your beer with it. Take your deck screw. Pop her in there. Oh, got to screw out of it. There you go. So there's all the cordless tools I have so far. If you want to get any of these, I'm going to put links in the description. Take a look for them there. And after having these, I don't think I'll ever go back to using the cord, dragging a cord around for my saws and stuff. The only thing I'm going to have to keep using an air hose for is all my like staplers and my nail gun for nailing the sheeting down, or nailing the hangers, my hanger gun. So I'm still going to have to keep a compressor on for that, but 90% of the time I'm just going to be using this stuff. If you want to see how these tools are going to survive the winter, then make sure you subscribe. I'm going to put these things through hell and see how they take it. So now it's time for a beer. This is my new bottle opener.